The history of America is a vast and complex tapestry woven from the threads of indigenous cultures, European exploration, colonization, revolution, expansion, and the ongoing evolution of a diverse society. This account aims to encapsulate key events and developments that have shaped the United States from its prehistoric roots through the present day. Long before the arrival of Europeans, the Americas were home to diverse and sophisticated civilizations. Indigenous peoples, often referred to as Native Americans, established complex societies with rich cultures and advanced technologies. Major civilizations included the Olmec, Maya, Aztec, and Inca in Central and South America, and various tribal groups across North America. In what is now the United States, significant cultures included the mound-building societies such as the Adena, Hopewell, and Mississippian cultures. The Mississippian culture, for example, flourished around the Mississippi River and constructed large earthen mounds, with Cahokia being one of the most prominent settlements. The late 15th and early 16th centuries marked the beginning of European exploration and colonization in the Americas. Christopher Columbus's voyages in 1492, sponsored by Spain, opened the floodgates for European powers to explore and colonize the New World. Over the following decades, explorers like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro led expeditions that resulted in the conquest of powerful indigenous empires such as the Aztec and Inca. In North America, the British established a series of colonies along the eastern seaboard in the early 17th century. The first permanent English settlement was Jamestown, founded in Virginia in 1607. The Pilgrims established Plymouth Colony in 1620, seeking religious freedom, followed by the Puritans who founded the Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630. Over the next century, 13 colonies were established, each with its unique economic, social, and political structures. The economy of the southern colonies was heavily based on agriculture and relied on enslaved Africans to work the plantations. The northern colonies, with their more diverse economies, engaged in trade, fishing, and small-scale farming. As the colonies grew, they developed their own identities and governance structures, often at odds with British imperial policies. Tensions arose over issues such as taxation, trade restrictions, and lack of representation in Parliament. These tensions were exacerbated by a series of British acts and taxes, including the Stamp Act, 1765, and the Townshend Acts, 1767, which were deeply unpopular in the colonies. The growing discontent culminated in a series of confrontations and events that set the stage for revolution. The Boston Massacre in 1770, where British soldiers killed 5 colonial protesters, inflamed anti-British sentiment. The Boston Tea Party in 1773, a direct action against the Tea Act, saw colonists dumping British tea into Boston Harbor. In response, the British enacted the Coercive Acts, Intolerable Acts, in 1774, further tightening their control over the colonies. These acts galvanized colonial resistance, leading to the formation of the First Continental Congress, which coordinated opposition to British policies. The Revolutionary War began in 1775 with the battles of Lexington and Concord. The Second Continental Congress convened soon after, appointing George Washington as commander of the Continental Army. On July 4, 1776, the Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, authored primarily by Thomas Jefferson, proclaiming the colony's right to self-governance. The war was marked by significant battles, including the Battle of Saratoga in 1777, which was a turning point that led to French support for the American cause. The war ended with the British surrender at Yorktown in 1781, and the Treaty of Paris was signed in 1783, recognizing the independence of the United States. The new nation faced significant challenges, including establishing a stable government and addressing economic issues. The Articles of Confederation, the first governing document, proved inadequate due to its weak central government. This led to the Constitutional Convention in 1787, where the current Constitution of the United States was drafted, creating a federal system with checks and balances among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches.